So, I'm going to talk about a book that I read in college called A Clockwork Orange. I saw the film in college also. I think I saw the film first, and the film is very extreme. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But if you are faint of heart and or stomach, this film may not be for you. It has some very extreme and violent scenes. Um, but the book, which I'm going to talk about, by Anthony Burgess, does differ from the film. Both are really good, but I'm going to talk about the book here. Um, the book is about a English lad, a high school student named Little Alex, and Little Alex is in a gang full of droogs. And these droogs are essentially a group of misfits in a futuristic world. I can't remember when the book is set. I know it's supposed to be in the future. Um, Now, these droogs engage in very extreme activities, not just minor um, deviance like graffiti and destruction of property, petty theft, things of that nature, but things like rape, torture, that type of thing. So um, these droogs are led by Alex, played by Malcolm McDowell in the film, but they are eventually um, found out, and Alex is sent to a rehabilitational institution where he is put under an experimental process whereby the people in charge of this process are attempting to rid criminals of their desire to commit criminal acts by conditioning them psychologically. So they are put in a room similar to a movie theater with a large screen in front of them. As you can see in this photo here, their eyes are kept open with this device, and what happens is they are shown footage of deviants such as Hitler and other various deviant things, murder, rape, um, unjustified war, things like that. And they are given a serum that when after the film is over, they are tested by being approached by someone else who bothers them um, intensely, slaps them in the face, calls them mean names, pushes them, prods them until the person starts to get angry. And so, this serum, when taken when viewing these horrible events, conditions the viewer to not respond negatively to this person who, after the film, is poking and prodding and insulting and slapping this person who has seen the film. In this case, little Alex. So, Alex, who would usually respond by beating the living tar out of the other person, does not respond in that way after the serum's taken and after he's been watching these films with his eyes forced open. Instead, he just becomes sick. Every time he tries to punch the other person or starts to get angry, he just starts to get insanely sick. And so that is how he is conditioned to not like crime anymore. So the moral question of this story is this the proper way to rehabilitate people? Alex won't do crime anymore because every time he tries to do something, he's going to get sick, and he won't be able to. Essentially, he'll be too sick to do so. So, is that correct? Some may say yes, some may say no. It's an interesting question, and it's one that sort of rides the line, so to speak, in terms of morality. Um, but the title of the book is also interesting too. The Clockwork Orange sort of points to the duality between the machine-like nature of man as well as the organic nature of man. So man can be very machine-like. He wakes up every day, he goes to work, brushes his teeth, goes to bed, and he does that Monday through Friday. But then, when Friday night comes around, he engages in more organic things. He may masturbate, he may smoke marijuana, he might drink alcohol, and so on and so forth. So the book has an interesting title, which connects this duality of man and what is moral to an interesting concept of whether or not this type of conditioning of deviance in our society is moral or not. And that's a really interesting sort of tie-in, the title and the question that the novel um, raises. The book also deals a lot with language. The Droogs, the gang that Alex is ahead of, or the head of, they use a language that is a mix between Russian and Cockney. To be more accurate, it might be Old Russian and Cockney. But for instance, one of the phrases that I memorized was "I slushy a glass." So that might seem like just nonsense to your normal North American, and it did to me at first also. But when you look up the meanings of it, it means I hear a voice. And then another term that's used by the gang members also is debauchka, and that's what they use to refer to women or females, to be more specific. So it's a really good book. Read it if you are interested in questions of morality, um, deviance, and the organic and machine-like bifurcation of man. So thank you for listening. I might do a review of the movie someday too. I haven't watched it in a while, but that's it for now. Thank you for listening. Have a good rest of the day.